I remember telling a friend she didn't understand that I needed some time alone to process things. She was like, I thought that by me um, constantly bringing up this subject or constantly checking up on you, I thought that that made you feel loved and understood. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like that's not how I feel loved and understood.
Yeah.
But
Hi everybody, my name is Sherilyn and welcome to Seasons Collective. Today we have Jasmine with us. Whoa! Guys!
Thank you.
So Jasmine, why do you have an accent? Where are you from? Who are you?
Okay, so I am born and raised in Los Angeles. So I can talk like a Californian, which means that I enunciate every syllable that I say. But I've also lived for part of my life in Singapore. I attended kindergarten here, and I visit Singapore every single year to see my family. So I think my accent is now very much a hybrid between Californian English and Singlish. So, yeah.
What was one thing that you had difficulty to let go of?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I actually first thought about moving back to Singapore in 2018. But the one thing that stopped me was my friends. And a lot of the friends that I had were people that I'd known since childhood. And I think the thought of making new friends in a new country, in my mind, I felt like, well, if I'm going to move to Singapore in my 20s, everyone in Singapore is going to have their own group of friends already. So I don't want to lose a group of friends that I've invested so much time in just to start all over again.
Yeah.
But I would say that now that I've been living in Singapore for 9 months, that's actually not been the case. That I've actually met people who are so willing to get to know who I am and include me. And yeah, so I think a lot of my fears of not being able to meet people and make new friends in my 20s actually has been proven wrong.
Your favorite topic to talk about is friendship.
Yes.
Could you tell us anything about friendship?
Okay, friendship is both super easy and super hard at the same time. So as a kid, I always made friends pretty easily. And I thought that making friends was all about just being a friendly person and having fun together. And I think as I've grown older and have had multiple close friendships, I've realized that friendship can actually have a lot of complexity as well. But that's what makes it really beautiful. So you can have fun and you can have your friends that you just enjoy, but there are also other friends where you do go through difficult seasons with them, but you both grow so much.
What do you think makes a good friend?
well, I think I can learn a lot from you, Sherilyn. But I think that you're someone that really seeks first to understand rather than wanting to be understood first. And I think that I have definitely gone into friendships where I want to be understood. I want to be seen and I want to be heard. But then I know that I'm approaching the friendship from a place of, oh, I need this friend to validate me. Whereas with you, I can tell that in all the friendships that you step into, you're not stepping into the friendship seeking validation for yourself. And I think it's so beautiful when we approach friendship not from a place of expecting that friend to give something back to us, but really we step into that friendship going, hey, like, how can I add value to this person? And if I can't add value, that's totally okay. savior's complex is never a good thing to have whenever you step into a friendship because we can't save people. Yeah, and so
So how do you know when you're struggling with the savior's complex?
for me, the first sign of savior's complex, which I have dealt with, when I feel like I've reached a point where I'm so tired, I have nothing else left in me to give anymore, then it's a clear sign that I'm giving way more than I'm receiving, and I really need to take a step back. Yeah, and I think another thing is, because every person is so beautiful and so unique.
Yeah.
How can I learn from this person? Yeah, and I think finally, as a good friend, don't overthink things. Just enjoy that person for who they are in that moment, and everything else will work out.
Sometimes when it's tiring to always try to seek for understanding, and sometimes I do wish that like someone would just like I don't need to tell the person or like communicate with the person or like how to understand me, but like yeah, so it can be very tiring actually, and sometimes I feel like
So if I'm understanding you're saying, it's very tiring to always seek to understand people.
yeah.
Yeah, and
So where do you find like this balance? Like, yeah, where do you find good friends that understand you?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm just thinking out loud. Yeah, I wish I could just say, Sherilyn, like go to this cave and find like all the people in the world that would perfectly understand you.
Or go to an ant,
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, someone make an app for that.
Make a friendship.
Sometimes I think we expect our friends to read our minds, and they can't. I mean, they're going through their own things in their own lives, and but they'd be very willing to hear us out. And if you're feeling burnt out, share it. Don't be afraid to share it with your friends. Sometimes we can feel very self-righteous, right, in our friendships, like, oh, I'm such a great friend and no one else cares about me. I'm the one that's always so caring. But actually, that's not true. There are a lot of friends in our life that genuinely want to love on us and to understand us. But I think for me, sometimes I don't make that known. Yeah, and so making that known at the right time in the right space has really helped. I remember telling a friend, I felt like she didn't understand that I needed some time alone to process things, and I felt very guilty telling her that, because I knew that she wanted to show her love by processing this thing together with me. But I remember just telling her very gently that, I actually really just need some alone time, and it has nothing to do with you, but this is just how I feel more understood and seen. And when I'm ready to share it, I definitely will, because I really love and trust you. Yeah, and she was like, oh, she's like, I had no idea. She said, I thought that by me constantly bringing up this subject or constantly checking up on you, I thought that made you feel loved and understood. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, that's not how I feel loved and understood.
Yeah.
But I'm so thankful that you are willing to hear me out. And
what if you hurt your feelings?
I think we've all had our feelings hurt before. I personally have had a friend distance herself from me, and I took it very personally because I thought that she was rejecting me. And that's where trust comes in. I think the hardest thing in a friendship is to trust that this person's intentions are not to hurt you, but sometimes people go through things and they themselves need a season of clarity, and maybe they don't need your friendship in that season in the way that you would like to be a friend to them. Maybe for them, having you as a friend means that they know they can call on you anytime, but they don't have the capacity to include you in their lives because they are going through something, or they are seeking friendships from other people who can better empathize with their station in life. And I have had to learn to trust that this person still loves me, and even if they didn't love me anymore and they moved on and they forgot about me, that doesn't negate my value as a human being. And there are always going to be other people that will want a friendship with me. I think sometimes we believe the lie that we're unlovable, that, oh, you know, just because we're in a dry season in our friendships, that, oh, that means that we're horrible, that we're not worthy of friendship. And that is as far from the truth as can be. The truth is, if you are someone that is seeking to understand people and you're only wanting to add value to another person's life, you will naturally attract friends. It could just be that the dry season is a temporary thing, just to allow you to clarify your objectives and just to clarify what it means to even be a friend to yourself first before you can go on and be a friend to other people.
What do you think should the objective of a friendship be?
Okay, I personally have a very, very simple objective when it comes to friendship, and that just helps me to keep friendships uncomplicated. Is that the word?
Yeah, it was complicated.
Oh,
complex.
Uncomplex. Is that a word? I'm a writer and I don't even know. Yeah. And my very simple objective is to have life-giving conversations that ease others' burdens. Because to me, I deeply connect with people when I'm having a conversation with them, just like I'm having a conversation with you right now. And so to me, friendship is really about carrying each other's burdens. Not that I'm there to save them, but if we can have a conversation that alleviates that person's stress, just because, you know, we're all going through things in life, and like the last thing you need is to have a stressful conversation with someone. So I think life-giving conversations are the basis of very fruitful friendships. And if the friendship develops from there, and say more of our lives intersect and we do more things together, then yeah, let it happen naturally. I have approached friendship from the point of view that, oh, you know, I lock eyes on a person and I'm like, oh, this person is my dream friend, and then I try to manufacture a friendship by doing lots of friendship things with them. That doesn't normally pan out the way that I think it is, and that's because I think good friendships are organic. Yeah, they start from honest, life-giving conversations, and if the friendship is meant to proceed from there, it will. Yeah, but good friendship to me should not be defined by popular culture. It should definitely not be defined by TV shows where, TV shows like Friends, for example, where a group of people are living very, very close to each other, doing life together, and they never really run into real problems. Or if they do, they're resolved within 1 or 2 episodes. That's never reflective of how friendships work in real life. So don't compare yourself to a TV show or to a movie, or even look at the photos that your friends post on Instagram and say, well, how come I don't have a group of friends that looks like that? You are not those people, and those people can't define you. If you are about to head into a new friendship with someone, ask yourself, am I expecting this person to fulfill X, Y, and Z? If I am, then I really need to take a step back and say, you know what? This person is way too valuable to simply be there to meet some of my needs.